Prince Andrew is desperate to remain in the public eye despite latest scandal. Prince Andrew is desperate to cling to power despite a major step back from the public eye, according to a royal expert. Sarah Ferguson is thought to have persuaded Andrew to miss the Christmas celebrations at Sandringham after it was revealed that the younger brother of King Charles has links to an alleged Chinese spy. The claims follow the Duke and Duchess of York igniting a further royal family clash, as the former husband and wife were seen together just minutes before King Charles's Christmas speech on Christmas Day. Royal correspondent Katie Nicholl has criticized Andrew's very poor judgment and claimed he would have been reluctant to miss the traditional occasion, reports GB News. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. Nicholl said, "I hate to say this, but along with very poor judgment on Andrew's part he seems hellbent on clinging on to that power that he had as the Duke of York and as a royal player, whether that is representing the family overseas or simply being there at Christmas." After that disastrous Newsnight interview, he was allowed at Christmas, but he attended church with the late Queen before everyone else to avoid being the center of attention or creating headlines for the wrong reason. The fact that his ex-wife, who he lives with at Royal Lodge, which is also a bone of contention because Charles wants him out of Royal Lodge, will be spending it quietly together is the right thing to do. But it shouldn't take Sarah having to flag it to him. She told Royal Beat, there should be some element of him just recognizing that in order to protect his brother the king, and the royal family's reputation at the end of a very difficult year, the dignified and graceful thing for him to have done is for him to have made the choice to sit it out. But he never seems to do that, and it comes with a cost to the reputation of the royal family unfortunately. Prince Andrew stepped back from royal duties and returned royal titles in 2019 due to significant public backlash after a controversial Newsnight interview in which he discussed his friendship with the late convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Earlier this month, the father of two faced additional scrutiny as he was described as a close confidant of Yang Tengwa, who was banned from the UK on national security grounds. The scandal resulted in his absence from royal celebrations at Sandringham alongside King Charles and Queen Camilla. Prince Andrew makes key purchase as he continues to disobey King Charles in Row. Prince Andrew has hired a cheap security firm at Royal Lodge after refusing to leave the 30-room mansion. It comes after King Charles told Andrew that he would no longer pay for security and that his £1 million annual allowance would be axed. It is now reported that the Duke of York has negotiated a cheaper protection deal at his leased home in an attempt to stay at the property. A source said, he has his security but at a cheaper rate and he is managing to finance it himself, reports GB News. The Duke of York had relied on funding from his brother since 2022 and his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II, since 2019 when he stepped down from royal life after his infamous Newsnight interview. The father of two resisted King Charles's attempts to evict him from the Windsor property and has since found alternative funding, as confirmed by the Keeper of the Privy Purse, Sir Michael Stevens. Prince Andrew's feud with King Charles set to intensify as key royals left, fuming. The feud began when King Charles tried to evict the disgraced Duke of York from Royal Lodge by cutting his £1 million a year allowance after he refused to downsize. The ongoing feud between Prince Andrew and King Charles is set to intensify with the princesses said to be fuming over the treatment of their father. Beatrice and Eugenie are reportedly unhappy with the treatment their father, Prince Andrew, has received from the royal family. The feud began when King Charles tried to evict the disgraced Duke of York from Royal Lodge by cutting his £1 million a year allowance and he refused to downsize. The former home of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Frogmore Cottage, was suggested as a suitable replacement for Andrew, who lost his right to taxpayer-funded security after being stripped of his royal duties in 2019. King Charles is understood to have wanted to cut royal costs, especially since Andrew and Fergie no longer work for the institution. The royal source said, Beatrice and Eugenie are rallying around to help support their father. Royal Lodge is viewed as a York family problem, not just an Andrew problem, and the whole family are chipping in. That includes Sarah, Beatrice and Eugenie, reports GB News. The York family have held several meetings and drawn up a battle plan. They will not allow their family to fall or come up against any more negative press. It's very much a charge led by Beatrice. She's extremely loyal and has taken the reins. The former BBC correspondent, Jenny Bond, previously suggested that Princess Beatrice is in a perfect position to act as a mediator between the brothers, as she is a trusted member of the royal family and remains close with her father. The Duke of York served as the UK's special representative for international trade and investment for 10 years, building up a range of international contacts. The source added, there are great contacts built up over the years that are still being utilized. Beatrice and Eugenie always feel like they're walking a fine line. It's a difficult balancing act to manage because they want to support the royal family despite not being working royals. The York sisters have received an invitation to join the royal gathering at Sandringham this Christmas, but it is still unclear if the king will invite Prince Andrew. The source told The Express, the girls also want to forge their own lives and relationships with friends and family without feeling like they're under some sort of control. There is a feeling that the royal family likes to use them, Beatrice and Eugenie, to portray a sense of unity to the public, but it's a different story behind the scenes. It's a constant push and pull scenario for them, which is becoming more and more difficult as time goes on. Prince Andrew calls on Edoardo Mozzi for help after winning battle against King Charles. Prince Andrew is calling on Edoardo Mozzi to give Royal Lodge a makeover after winning his battle with King Charles to be allowed to stay in the property, sources have claimed. Edoardo, an interior design expert married to Princess Beatrice, is said to be advising the Duke of York on modernizing the sprawling 30-room property. The 40-year-old has been seen regularly visiting Royal Lodge in recent weeks, while a skip was spotted outside the front of the property towards the end of the summer. It comes as Prince Andrew faces calls to reveal the funding sources enabling his stay at Royal Lodge. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.